Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. Now, today we're going to kind of dive headfirst into a topic that's both fascinating and, let's be honest, a little bit terrifying.
Right.
AI and the future of work.
Absolutely.
And we're not talking about some distant sci-fi future either. This is happening right now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is happening like right now as we speak. AI is already reshaping the job market, and its impact is only going to accelerate in the coming years.
Oh, yeah. It's moving fast.
What's really mind-blowing to me, at least, is that this isn't just about factory workers or truck drivers being replaced by robots. AI is coming for white-collar jobs, too.
Right.
Writers, lawyers, even artists.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's already happening.
So buckle up, folks, because we're about to explore the wild world of AI
That's right.
and what it means for your future career.
Your job, your life,
Everything.
It's a big one.
It is a big one, and it's so interesting how quickly AI is evolving and being adopted across industry.
It's not just creeping in. It's like a tsunami.
Yeah.
Crashing onto the shores of the job market.
Absolutely, and it's happening across the board. I mean, remember those early stories about AI writing marketing copy?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, now it's doing legal work, analyzing contracts faster and more accurately than paralegals.
It's scary how good it's getting.
And those customer service chatbots, I mean, they're getting so sophisticated these days, you can hardly tell you're not talking to a real person.
I know. I had one the other day where I actually said, "Are you a real person?" And it goes, "Well, I can assure you I'm here to help." It completely dodged the question.
Yeah, they don't want to let you know.
No, they're getting too smart.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the impact on blue-collar jobs. I mean, self-driving trucks are already being tested.
I can't believe how fast that's happening.
Right.
I mean, that seems so far off just a couple of years ago, and now it's like they're on the roads.
And companies like McDonald's are increasingly relying on automation
Oh, yeah.
to replace cashiers and even cooks.
I mean, it makes sense from a business perspective, right?
Oh, of course.
Like, if you're a business owner and you can have a machine that does the work of 3 people, why would you keep those employees on the payroll?
Totally.
It's pure economics.
Right.
But it's obviously pretty unsettling for the workers who might be displaced.
Of course. I mean, so we've got AI lawyers, AI burger flippers. It's starting to feel like no job is safe.
I know, eh?
What about freelancers and entrepreneurs?
They're not immune either.
Are they feeling the heat too?
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. AI-powered video editing tools
Yeah.
can now do in minutes what used to take hours.
Right.
There are even AI programs that can write code, which is a game changer for entry-level programmers.
Wow.
And let's not forget about AI tutors and virtual assistants. The gig economy is being disrupted in a big way.
So it sounds like everyone from white-collar professionals to blue-collar workers to freelancers is facing some level of disruption.
Pretty much, yeah.
What about business owners? Where do they fit into all this?
Well, they're the ones making the decisions, right? They're the ones deciding whether to adopt AI or not.
Right.
And like I said before, if they depend heavily on low-skill labor, they're going to feel the biggest impact.
So businesses that depend on a lot of manual labor
Exactly.
are going to be hit the hardest.
They're facing a choice: adapt and integrate AI,
Okay.
or risk being left behind.
So it sounds like you're saying that business owners really have a responsibility
For sure.
to think about how they're going to use AI.
Not just from a profit perspective,
Yeah.
but also from an ethical standpoint.
Exactly.
What's going to happen to their employees?
Right. And their responsibility to those employees.
It's a tough situation.
It is a tough situation all around. That makes sense from a business perspective, but it's also pretty unsettling for the workers
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
who might be displaced. Is anyone safe from this AI takeover?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? I mean, some people say that skilled trades are relatively safe.
Okay.
Electricians, plumbers, carpenters.
Why those in particular?
Well, those jobs require complex physical dexterity and problem solving in unpredictable environments.
So you're saying that a robot can't.
AI just isn't there yet when it comes to that level of physical adaptability.
So there's still hope for those of us who work with our hands?
For now, at least.
For now. Okay, good to know. And let's not forget about the highly creative role.
Right.
AI can generate ideas and even create art.
It can write a poem.
Sure.
It can compose a song.
But
But it can't replicate true human ingenuity.
so those high-level strategists, the big picture thinkers,
The innovators.
the innovators,
Those are the skills that will remain in high demand.
it sounds like what you're saying is that the people who are going to thrive in this AI-powered future
I think so, yeah.
are the ones who can adapt, learn new skills, and figure out how to use AI as a tool rather than seeing it as a threat.
100%. It's not about fighting against AI. It's about learning to work with it. Think of it like this.
Okay.
Think of it like a carpenter using a power saw. A skilled carpenter wouldn't be afraid of a power saw. They'd learn how to use it to their advantage
Yeah.
to create even more amazing things.
To amplify their abilities.
Exactly. AI is the same way. It's a powerful tool that can amplify our abilities.
Okay, I love that analogy. So we've talked about the specific jobs that are at risk, But what about the bigger picture? What kind of problems could all this AI disruption create
Oh,
on a
man.
societal level?
That's the scary part.
Yeah,
I mean, think about it. What happens when large numbers of people
yeah.
start losing their jobs to machines?
It's going to happen,
It's going to happen. I think we could be looking at mass unemployment, which has ripple effects,
of course.
economic instability, social unrest, even political upheaval.
Yeah, you can definitely see how that could lead to some pretty major societal problems.
It's a complex issue with potentially far-reaching consequences.
That's a pretty sobering thought. And it's not just job losses we're talking about, is it?
Right.
There's also the issue of the growing skills gap you mentioned earlier.
Right. If more and more jobs require people to work with AI, but
Yeah.
most people don't have those skills, that's a recipe for disaster.
So we're potentially facing a scenario where the jobs are there,
Yeah.
but the people with the right skills to fill them are not.
Exactly. And it's not just about learning to code anymore. It's about understanding how to work with AI in a variety of different contexts.
So we need to start thinking differently about education and job training.
I think so.
It's not just about preparing for specific jobs anymore.
Right.
It's about developing a broader set of adaptable skills that can evolve with the changing demands of the workplace.
We need to be more flexible and adaptable.
Absolutely. And it's not just technical skills either.
Right.
Critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, emotional intelligence, these so-called soft skills
Oh, yeah.
are going to be more valuable than ever in an AI-driven world.
Those are the things that make us human
Right.
and that AI can't replicate.
Exactly. So things might sound a little bleak right now, but you're not all doom and gloom, right?
Oh, no, not at all.
There must be some solution, some things people can do to not just survive, but thrive
Absolutely.
in this new world.
There's hope.
Okay, good.
And there are definitely things we can do to prepare for this future. First and foremost, we need to focus on developing those anti-AI skills.
Give me some examples. What kind of skills are we talking about?
Think about things like critical thinking and complex problem-solving. AI is great at recognizing patterns,
Okay,
but it just struggles with thinking outside the box or dealing with truly novel situations.
okay.
Then there's emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage emotions, both your own and those of others.
Got it.
AI might be able to mimic human emotions, but it can't truly experience them
Right.
or understand the nuances of human interaction.
So those soft skills are becoming more important than ever because they're the things that differentiate us from machines.
I think so.
Okay.
And don't forget about creativity.
Of course.
AI can generate variations on existing ideas, but it can't come up with truly original concepts
Right.
the way humans can.
So it's about focusing on what AI can't do,
Exactly.
not trying to compete with what it can do better than us.
Exactly. We need to play to our strengths,
Okay.
not our weaknesses.
But it's not just about developing those uniquely human skills. We also need to learn how to work with AI to become
What I call AI operators.
What exactly does an AI operator do? It sounds kind of futuristic.
Well, it's all about understanding how AI work, learning how to use AI tools effectively, and even being able to train or modify AI systems to suit your needs.
So like working with the AI.
Yeah, think of it like being a conductor leading an orchestra.
Okay,
You don't need to know how to play every instrument,
right.
but you do need to know how to bring them all together
Okay,
to create beautiful music.
I like that analogy. So give me some examples of how someone might become an AI operator in their field.
Sure, let's say you're a marketer.
Okay,
An AI operator in marketing might use AI-powered tools to analyze customer data,
yeah,
personalize marketing campaigns, or even generate content. But they'd also understand the limitations of those tools
right,
and know how to use their own creativity and judgment
right.
to guide the AI and ensure that the results are aligned with their goals.
So it's about using AI as a powerful tool, but not letting it become the boss.
Exactly. AI should be our partner, not our replacement.
Okay, I like that. Another example might be a doctor using AI to help diagnose patients.
Right. The AI could analyze medical images, scan through research papers, and even suggest potential treatments.
Wow,
But the doctor would still be the one making the final decisions,
of course.
using their own knowledge and experience to
Mhm.
interpret the AI's recommendations and tailor them to the individual patient's needs.
So it's not about AI replacing doctors.
No,
It's about AI empowering doctors
that's right.
to provide even better care.
Exactly. And that's really the key takeaway here.
Okay.
AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for evil. It's up to us as humans to decide how we want to use it.
I mean, yeah, that's a great point. It's not about being afraid of AI.
Right.
It's about understanding its potential and making sure we use it responsibly.
We need to be thoughtful, we need to be ethical, and we need to be proactive in shaping the future of AI.
So we have a responsibility to be thinking about this now and how we can make sure that AI is used for good.
Absolutely. We can't just sit back and let things happen. We need to be active participants in shaping this future.
Because AI is a powerful force, and it's already changing the world in profound ways. But ultimately, the future is still in our hands.
That's right. We have the power to decide what kind of future we want to create.
So what can people do right now to start preparing for this AI-powered future?
Well, I think the first step is to just become aware of the issue.
Okay.
Start paying attention to how AI is already being used in your life,
Right.
in the world around you.
And then start thinking about those skills that you were talking about.
Exactly, those anti-AI skills and how to become an AI operator.
Right.
The more you know about AI, the better equipped you'll be to adapt and thrive in this new world.
And where can people go to learn more about AI and how to develop those skills?
Well, there are tons of resources available online.
Okay.
There are online courses, tutorials, even free tools provided by companies like Google and OpenAI.
Cool. So people can actually start learning about this stuff for free?
Absolutely. It's never been easier to access information and education.
So there's really no excuse not to start learning.
That's right, the future is coming, whether we're ready or not.
So we better start getting ready?
I think so.
Well, this has been a really fascinating conversation,
Yeah, it's been fun.
and I think a little bit eye-opening.
Yeah, it's a lot to think about.
It is a lot to think about.
But it's exciting, too.
Yeah,
It's a whole new world of possibilities.
it is, and I think that's a good point to end on this idea that even though there are a lot of challenges ahead,
For sure.
there are also a lot of opportunities.
Absolutely. It's a time of very great change, but also a time of great potential.
So let's embrace the change
Let's do it.
and see what the future holds.
I'm ready.
You
Bring it on.
All right, thanks again for joining us today and for all of our listeners out there.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive into a topic that's shaping our world.
Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep pushing the boundaries.
See you next time.
Bye. It is a choice. You can either let it sweep you away or you can learn how to ride the wave.
Absolutely. And speaking of ways, you mentioned earlier that AI is developing at a breakneck pace. What are some of the trends you're seeing that have you particularly excited or maybe even a little bit nervous?
I'm excited and nervous about all of it, but one area that's particularly interesting, I think, is the rise of what some people are calling personalized AI.
Okay.
Where you've got this AI assistant that knows you better than you know yourself.
So like it knows all my quirks.
Your preferences, your habits,
Okay.
your strengths, your weaknesses, all that.
And then what?
This personalized AI could help you with everything from managing your schedule,
Oh, wow.
your finances, recommending career paths, even finding your ideal romantic partner.
Whoa, hold on. That's a lot of power to hand over to an algorithm.
It is.
I can see how that could be both amazing and a little bit creepy.
Right. It's all about finding the right balance.
Right.
But the potential is there to
Yeah.
create AI tools that are truly personalized and that can help us live happier, healthier, more fulfilling lives.
So it's not just about AI in the workplace. It's about AI becoming integrated into every aspect of our lives.
Yeah, it's going to be everywhere.
It's a little scary.
I know, I'm a little freaked out about it too. But another trend that I think is really interesting is AI that can learn and adapt in real time.
So we're moving beyond.
We're going beyond those like static algorithms
Yeah,
to
yeah.
AI that can constantly evolve and improve
Wow.
based on new information and new experiences.
So it's like AI is becoming more human?
In a way, yeah. I mean, they can learn from their mistakes, they can adjust their strategies, they can even come up with creative solutions that their human programmers never even anticipated.
That's both impressive and a little bit intimidating. It makes you wonder, what are the limits of AI? Are there things that AI will simply never be able to do as well as humans?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? Some experts believe that certain aspects of human consciousness, like intuition, empathy, moral reasoning, those kinds of things, might be beyond the reach of AI.
So like the thing that make us human.
Yeah, but other experts think it's just a matter of time before AI surpasses human capabilities in every way.
So it's kind of a philosophical debate at this point. We're venturing into the realm of what it means to be human.
It's getting deep, man.
Deep stuff. Okay, so let's say someone is listening to this and they're feeling overwhelmed by all this talk about AI and the future of work. They're worried about their job, they don't know where to start, and they're just feeling generally anxious about the future. What advice would you give them?
First of all, I would tell them to take a deep breath and remember that you're not alone.
Okay.
A lot of people are feeling this way.
Yeah, I would imagine.
This is a huge societal shift, and it's natural to feel uncertain. But it's important not to let fear paralyze you.
Okay, so don't freak out.
Don't freak out. The key is to focus on what you can control.
Okay, so what can people do to feel more empowered and less overwhelmed?
I think a good place to start is to just assess your own skills and strengths.
Okay.
Think about what you're good at, what you enjoy doing,
Okay.
and then think about how those skills might be relevant in an AI-driven world.
So you might already have skills.
You might be surprised how many of your existing skills are transferable or can be adapted to new roles.
So it's about identifying your transferable skills and looking for ways to apply them in new contexts.
Exactly. Like, for example, if you're a great communicator, that skill is always going to be in demand.
Yeah, that's true.
Even in a world where AI is generating a lot of the content, you could use those communication skills to become a content curator or an editor
Okay.
or even an AI trainer, teaching AI how to communicate more effectively.
So it's not just about learning new skills, it's about finding new ways to leverage your existing strengths. What about people who are thinking about going back to school or learning new skills? Any advice for them?
Yeah, definitely. Lifelong learning is more important than ever, but instead of just focusing on those traditional degrees, I think it's more important to look for programs and courses that teach in-demand skills, particularly skills that complement AI.
So, like, what kind of skills?
Data analysis, AI programming, user experience, design, digital marketing, all that stuff.
So it's about being strategic and aligning your education with the emerging needs of the marketplace.
That's the key. And don't be afraid to think outside the box. The traditional career paths, they're kind of becoming increasingly blurry these days.
Yeah, you're not necessarily going to be a lawyer for your whole life.
Right. So be open to exploring new possibilities and forging your own unique path.
It sounds like what you're saying is that this is a time of great uncertainty, but it's also a time of great opportunity.
I think so. Yeah, it's a chance to reinvent yourself, to explore new passions, to create a career that's both fulfilling and future-proof.
That's an inspiring message. Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I'm curious, what are your thoughts on the idea of universal basic income?
Oh, UBI?
Yeah, it's an idea that's been floating around for a while, but it seems to be gaining more traction as AI and automation become more prevalent.
Yeah, it's definitely a hot topic these days.
What are the potential benefits and drawbacks, in your opinion?
Well, I think one of the biggest potential benefits of UBI is that it could provide a safety net for people who are displaced by AI and automation.
Okay, so like a financial cushion.
Yeah, make sure that everyone has at least a basic level of income to meet their needs, and that could help to reduce poverty and inequality.
So it could be a way to mitigate some of the negative social consequences of AI disruption.
Exactly. And it could also free people up to pursue their passions, start their own businesses or contribute to their communities in ways that they might not be able to if they were constantly worried about making ends meet.
Okay, that sounds pretty utopian, but I imagine there are some downsides as well.
Oh, of course. I mean, one of the biggest concerns is the cost implementing UBI would require significant government spending,
Of course.
which could lead to higher taxes or cuts in other social programs.
So it's a trade-off.
And there are also questions about whether UBI would disincentivize people from working.
Yeah, if people are guaranteed a basic income,
If they know they're going to get paid no matter what,
regardless of whether they work or not,
some people might just choose to drop out of the workforce altogether.
right, which could lead to labor shortages.
And a decline in overall productivity.
So it's a complex issue with a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, it's not an easy solution.
There's no easy answer, and it's something that we as a society need to carefully consider as we move further into the age of AI.
We need to have a serious conversation about this.
Yeah, and figure out what the best approach is.
There are no single solutions.
But the important thing is that we're having these conversations
Yes.
and exploring all the options
Exactly. We need to be thinking about this stuff now,
right now before it's too late.
before we're all replaced by robots.
Right. Well said. We're going to shift gears and talk about some specific strategies and resources you can use to start preparing for the AI-powered future of work. So stay with us. Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Before the break, we were talking about universal basic income and some of the potential challenges of implementing such a system. It's a big, hairy problem, no doubt about it. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about what individuals can do to prepare themselves for this AI-driven future. You've mentioned AI operators and the need to develop anti-AI skills. Can you break those down a little more for our listeners?
Absolutely. When I talk about anti-AI skills, I'm referring to the things that make us uniquely human. The qualities that are difficult, if not impossible, for AI to replicate. These are the skills that will become even more valuable as AI takes over more routine and technical tasks.
Okay, so give me some concrete examples. What exactly are these anti-AI skills?
At the top of the list is critical thinking. We're bombarded with information from all sides these days, and it's only going to get worse as AI generates even more content. Being able to sift through that information, identify what's reliable and what's not, and form your own independent judgments will be crucial.
So it's not just about absorbing information, it's about being able to analyze it, evaluate it, and think for yourself.
Exactly. And closely related to critical thinking is complex problem-solving AI is great at following instructions and solving well-defined problems, but it struggles with situations that require creativity, adaptability, and out-of-the-box thinking.
So if you can think on your feet, adapt to new situations, and come up with innovative solutions, you'll have a leg up in the AI age.
Precisely. Another key anti-AI skill is emotional intelligence. AI can process information and even mimic emotions, but it can't truly understand or experience them the way humans do. Being able to read people, understand their motivations, and build strong relationships will be more important than ever in a world where we're interacting more and more with machines.
So those soft skills, communication, collaboration, empathy, they're not so soft after all, are they?
Not at all. In fact, I think they're the key to thriving in the AI age.
Okay, so that's anti-AI skills. What about becoming an AI operator? What does that entail?
Being an AI operator is all about understanding how AI works, learning how to use AI tools effectively, and even being able to train or modify AI systems to suit your needs. Think of it like being a conductor leading an orchestra. You don't need to know how to play every instrument, but you do need to know how to bring them all together to create beautiful music.
I like that analogy. So give me some examples of how someone might become an AI operator in their field.
Let's say you're a marketer. An AI operator in marketing might use AI-powered tools to analyze customer data, personalize marketing campaigns, or even generate content. But they'd also understand the limitations of those tools and know how to use their own creativity and judgment to guide the AI and ensure that the results are aligned with their goals.
So it's about using AI as a powerful tool, but not letting it become the boss.
Exactly. AI should be our partner, not our replacement.
Okay, I like that. Another example might be a doctor using AI to help diagnose patients. The AI to analyze medical images, scan through research papers, and even suggest potential treatments. But the doctor would still be the one making the final decisions, using their own knowledge and experience to interpret the AI's recommendations and tailor them to the individual patient's needs. So it's not about AI replacing doctors, it's about AI empowering doctors to provide even better care.
Precisely. And that's really the key takeaway here. AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for evil. It's up to us as humans to decide how we want to use it. We need to be thoughtful, we need to be ethical, and we need to be proactive in shaping the future of AI.
That's a great point. It's not about being afraid of AI, it's about understanding its potential and making sure we use it responsibly.
Exactly. AI is a powerful force, and it's already changing the world in profound ways. But ultimately, the future is still in our hands.
That's a great message to end on. Thanks so much for joining us today and for sharing your insights. It's been a fascinating conversation.
It's been my pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for tuning in. We hope you found this deep dive into the world of AI informative or empowering. Remember, the future is what we make it. So let's go out there and shape a future that works for everyone.
Yeah. Animal Kingdom tried to tell them it's ugly out here. They told you to thug and get rid of the feelings just to find meaning and purpose in something unclear. All of a sudden it's substance abundant. Can't drown in discussions, tugging existential bliss in cashmere. Too slick for appearances, numb off ambiance, cause the system condition is blurring our ears. My daddy ain't been gone for too long, this is surreal. Young kings doing wrong to get on, man, it's real. Follow through too strong, swear my team is up next. Led her through the nude scene, make her sing, found her say. Yeah, fully determined, see it unfurling. All I'm learning, call it gain and no loss. Life a whirlwind of Merlins, like Sterling is bourbon, causing unnerving thoughts. Picture a frame, I'm wide awake. Can't blame me for no fool no more. Destined for cream, won't stop mundane. Let's pick up speed right out the gate. 3, 2, 1. Hell if I care, I'm doing well and I should hang there. Where boundaries ain't, where liberties reign. Well, hell if I care. Follow life's flow. Shades muted in tone. Hey, like August in Rome. Welcome to life, I'm filtered. My music ain't gon' change the world. My people know the lyrics. Animal kingdom.